like, dude, yeah, they can shoot over Japan. They've done it before, like with different shit, like man. But he wants me to be so wrong. It's lame, bro. Like I don't understand it. Like he cannot get off of me to where, like, if I'm in the room, he has to attack me. It's just weird.
Yeah. I was shocked when he attacked me so hard when I was running for Congress. I was like, damn, I didn't think, I had no idea this guy, like, hated me.
Anybody that, I think he wants to be a Democrat myself, dude.
Well,
I think he's just kind of lonely, dude. I mean, because
yeah.
That's what I really do, because the guys who simp especially hard for, like, women or, like, the black race, like, he simps so hard for the black race, like, he was saying the other day, like, this is the guy you guys gotta watch. I was in chillism. This is the guy you guys need to watch. Like, he is definitely part of KKK. Like, he is the one who wants to put you guys in chains. I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about, dude? Like, I've never heard a guy who wants to be liked so hard. It's weird.
It is very weird. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and, the other day, the reason why he was bitching, fuck are you even was responding to Patty. They said, yeah, Patty's a beautiful woman, and I'm not going to let you, talk to her that. I wasn't even talking to her about it, otherwise I would have got removed. He's just a simp, bro. It's weird. I just said, I said, bro, tell us you don't, or tell us you want to be liked so bad without telling us, man. Like, holy fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck about being liked that bad. I don't, because, he's kind of a Democrat.
Well,
He doesn't like MAGA. He doesn't like the right. He's just weird, bro.
Have you ever seen the photo of his daughter?
Yes. That's why he's mad at me, because I didn't know if it was her exactly, but...
Yeah, who knows, right? Who knows if that's his daughter?
Yeah, I don't really know if it is.
But
the reason why I think it is because she's got that big fucking nose like Brad.
Well, there's a lot of people on this app that use their daughter in their conversation here all the time, and he at least does not do that. So, I guess that's better than some other people on this app who are scumbags and sit there and talk about their daughter's dating habits.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about, my family at all in here if I can help it. That's not what I like to do. I try to keep myself as not a human on here. I'll act like a human, but I don't need to have my real name. I don't need to have my picture. Like, we can have conversation. I don't need to bring my family into this shit. It's, there's a lot of degeneracy on this app anyway, and I've learned that if you be too transparent about your life, then they will use it against you.
Well, see, I have the opposite belief where, because I'm 100% transparent and live streaming my experience for the world to see, it's kind of like, come at me, because anything you sling at me is just like defamation of yourself, So.
Yeah. That's cool. I have privacy. I like to keep my life private and stuff, because I do it to protect my family.
Well, do you have, like, personal, do you have any personal, are you deformed? Do you have a cleft palate?
No, have you never seen my picture?
No.
I'm not going to show people to see my picture. No, I don't know. No, I won't get it.
I thought you had Down syndrome or something.
Shut up, dude. Oh, dude, I don't know. Hold on, I gotta call you back. I'll be right back.
All right. Hello,
Uh-oh.
Captain Picard. This is Q. What do you want to do today, Captain Picard? Q, I'm not in the mood. That was my
That's very good.
thanks.
You're recording the room.
Dead on
I know.
bump. Rabbona Shalom.
Are you streaming the room?
No,
Just curious.
no. I'm streaming downstairs in the other part of my house. I'm streaming politically incorrect, I think.
You're always streaming.
I just had a room with someone who likes to make death threats on this app, and
Yikes.
I asked him if he has Down syndrome or cleft palate, and he thought that was funny.
Boy, Vay, where do you get the chutzpah to make jokes like this?
Rabbi, you were making some funny jokes earlier with Monica and the ladies in the room. You're pretty funny, bro. You are funny.
What made you laugh?
You were like, "What's up with these feminists like mansplaining to us or something like that?" Because, anyways, it was just a funny room. Stupid Monica's like,
everybody's sitting there getting cooked for no reason.
yeah.
True.
Forget what it was. It was on earlier.
So Zabu, if you were far out in outer space and your warp drive shut down and data was also malfunctioning, did the Enterprise have an AI system that you know about based on the television show? Trivia question number 1.
I'm not a trivia person, and I'm gonna go with yes. I could be wrong.
No, I think when they would say, when the Scottish guy would say, "Computer, beam up Captain Picard from the surface of the planet." "No, computer!"
Great.
So they say that online Star Trek conventions are actually just like organizations for sexual activities. And I gotta say that
100%.
most people involved in religious organizations are also involved in sexual regulation societies or sexual organization societies.
What are sexual regulation societies?
Like Islam. You know, how you can sell your daughter when she's 6 or 5 or 2 to like the highest bidder in the neighborhood.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically, making children for financial gain. You know, it's basically cloning, but in the village. It's village cloning. Yep. If you wanted to make a clone.
Would it surprise you to know that I'm Muslim?
No, I know you're Muslim.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm just making it as an example. I'm not really trying to be facetious, but in a way, it just happened to come out that way.
Yeah.
Oh, what if some people portray themselves as worshiping one religion, and then on the other hand, they're sacrificing their children to Moloch?
Paradoxes.
The human condition.
Imagine being a Catholic abortionist doctor working at an OBGYN, and you've performed 55,000 abortions.
Love it.
And you're going
You know the social gospel was like that?
What's the social gospel?
You don't know what the social gospel is? Oh my god. You know the Commonwealth Federation? CCF?
I know the
She's a
terminology.
Marxist.
You don't know the name Walter Rosenbush?
No, but I like the name Rosenbush. It's a good one.
Yeah, fucking beautiful, right? But you know Martin Luther King Jr., right?
Yeah, he was a Freemason.
Yeah. But anyways, he was also a Baptist minister. And you know his speech, "I Have a Dream"? Directly references prayers of social awakening written by another Baptist minister referred to as Walter Rosenbush, who's known for his work in Hell's Kitchen to articulate a kingdom Kingdom of Heaven on Earth mission by addressing child labor, immigration, women's rights, things like that in like the early 1900s, I guess.
Are all those topics interconnected? Because when I hear child labor, I'm like, okay, we could stop right there. We don't need to get to immigration or women's rights. We could just totally go with child labor and say, okay, this is crazy. You can't have, a cobalt mine with 30,000 young African Americans digging out cobalt. And that goes on in Brazil too. Have you seen the mass pits that people still live in?
Yeah.
I mean, that to me is like, remarkable because.
And we're doing it a thousand times faster.
Yeah, We're doing it. Ago. Yeah, we're doing industrial strip mining of the planet.
Yeah, it's insane.
But that's not what concerns me. Is I actually think the technology is okay to do that, but I don't like the fact that.
But the child labor is bad.
Yeah, the human pits like.
So the social gospel was like a way to kind of apply, like take Christian principles and turn them into application. And how do we actually address these issues? Because child labor is like a big deal in the States, right? You had like kids who were like chimney cleaners and
the factory workers making glass, working 14 hours.
Yeah, it was such a big deal in the States.
See, you know what's crazy though is when that father went out with that baby to do the chimney sweepings, he actually made enough to feed his family for that day and to provide housing for himself.
Yeah, but like having employment and having wages is one thing, but using your kids to do it is a different.
Not necessarily. What I'm getting at is that the amount of debt that we have as a society and the Federal Reserve and basically that how our Congress and our Treasury are technically separated, even though we
But you had a lot
think
of
it's one government.
orphans too, right? Being used as labor.
Well, look at it this way. If we were to put a referendum on the ballot and Americans had the choice to essentially shut down the Federal Reserve and go back to a gold standard and declare bankruptcy, what do you think the population would say, yes or no?
Yeah, but we're jumping around too much. I was just trying to describe this like historical moment where this figure was. And what I'm trying to articulate is that the social gospel was a pan-Christian movement, so it didn't matter if you were Catholic or Protestant. What the focus was on the idea was accomplishing kingdom of heaven on earth. So you had Catholics and Protestants working together on this like Christian social mission. So you had soup kitchens and public parks and promoting the use of bikes. All of this was like the Christian, what is referred to as the social gospel movement.
But how does
access to healthcare and whatever.
But how does technology play a role in that movement? Meaning, like, the progress of man and our living conditions and our standards are integrated with technology. But what I'm trying to get at is the economics of the situation is actually not set up for the utopia. It's opposite. We are.
I'm not promoting it. I was just describing it to you. Because you were talking about Catholics who were doing what?
Abortions.
Like, abortion. Yeah, and it was like, oh, well, that actually has a lot of, like, history. It's not weird if you look at the history of the social gospel to see the Catholics doing that.
See, Rosenbush is like a Kabbalistic reference to the tree of life and to the truth of roses, because it said that God created Eden so that Adam and Eve could tend the rose bushes in the moonlight. And so there's just like, that type of...
Rose bush is beautiful.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is there's these rose bushes all around the area by my house, and this woman accused me of cutting down all the rose bushes. And she put... No way.
Yeah, way. I can totally.
No, I wouldn't do that. I know what I think it was. I think
what you would do is you would get little kids to cut them for you, and then you would sell them, and you would say that you're like feeding them.
And you also say that they took the wrong so that you can't pay them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you would do.
No, but I have employed young adults to be sales agents in certain situations, and It's amazing the motivation of a young salesperson if you have an in-demand product. But what I'm trying to say is that um, at the end of the day, the greatest
Which day?
device on the Enterprise was the replicator and the hologram. Because see, if we
I love
add
the hologram.
all of this utopia philosophy and like enlightenment or mysticism or religions and what's the best model, ultimately the replicator solves every model's problem, which is lack of abundance and the fact that you can basically create anything that you possibly could want immediately, atomically. So
Do you think that should be our desire as humans?
that would be the greatest invention and essentially give us eternal life because then we could just
Is
create.
that what you want, eternal life?
No, it would give us utopia and eternal life. I'm not saying I would want it, but it could be an option where you could say, okay, you know what? I've lived for 800 years and it's been great, but I have finally decided to now end this existence. Farewell. You would have the choice. Because now we have these euthanasia centers where people are choosing death, like in Europe, where you can go in the helium pods. So I'm just saying that it would be a lot better if you could choose life instead of death. Hello? Because technology could get us there. We're talking about 3D printing and atomic printing in replicators on the Enterprise in Star
Really?
Trek.
Because I'm sitting next to my best friend that does 3D printing. No shit.
Yep. Ask
Super nerds.
your best friend to 3D print you a 3 foot African American dingus dildo.
Now, shut up.
I can do a TPU.
He said I can do a TPU.
Send it to Zabu FedEx.
No, I don't need it.
No, I don't either. I've been baptized.
Kitty, Zabu says that she runs a lot and she's got a great ass. Are you jogging enough, Kitty, to keep that ass competitive in the marketplace?
I'm not lesbian too. She is very sexy. Free. I'm not jogging, but I can start working out. Get that ass.
Yeah, I think jogging is important for a great tuchus, but squats. If you go to the gym, you see all these girls doing squats all the time, leg
If
press,
you're a
leg press.
runner and you don't squat, you're fucked.
Oh no, I squatted out, lady. I've been doing some squats. I
Yeah,
learned that
squats are
jail.
important if you're running.
Alright, what's your max squat?
Your
What's
mom.
to you, Rabbi? Well, listen, I want to know why Universe here just decides to randomly use Yiddish.
Hello?
He's a Jew.
Because he has the chutzpah to do it.
Chutzpah. And then he said, "Tukus, tukus." Look, my dad used Yiddish my entire childhood.
Hello? Hi, I'm talking to you now on a phone that I bought that is a USB red phone. If you've never used one of these phones, it's pretty cool. I'm wondering how the audio is right now. Hello? This is a. Have you seen these phones? Let me take a selfie with it. But it's cool. It's just like a photo op. Hello? Ooh, Sigourney Weaver? I think she was actually an alien. I don't think that woman's a real human. Her teeth like go forward like a beaver. Testing audio. Testing audio. How do I sound? How do I sound? Can you hear me? But what about the PTR? What do you think about the prop? Because it's a USB phone. Look at this. It's a USB phone. We're gonna brand these with Clubhouse, and we're gonna sell like 200 of them to the 3,000 people that use Clubhouse. Why is my skin so nice? Yeah, I go to Sephora like every week, and I spend a lot of money on makeup. I go to the Sephora attached to Kohl's. I put concealer on. Before I come on Clubhouse, I always put concealer and eyeliner on. In Star Trek, you could actually get it at the bar from Whoopi Goldberg. Hello? Aliens too. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the MAGA Monday room in the President Trump house.
Me. So the thing is, when you're nice to me, part of my brain is like, man, she's right about to get me because in the past she's attacked me. But I just want to make sure moving forward we're on a good footing, and I'm not gonna keep.
Okay, we do not care. You're talking too much anyway. So, are you black? So, can you give me a reason why you like Donald Trump? Give me a good reason. Give me a good reason.
I want to answer this woman's question because she's asking me a sincere, honest question. I voted for Donald Trump for basically three reasons. One, I wanted the border to be under control. Okay, one. Two, I wanted the economy to improve, which is right now I understand it's to be determined. And three, I appreciated his unorthodox approach. I thought the fact that he was going to run this country like a business and not like a politician so much, I thought that would accrue to the country's benefit. So I didn't vote for him based on my race. I voted for him based on what I think he could do well for the country.
Okay, so is that what's happening currently?
Yeah, well, right now, I think right now we're at a point where you can't really make a determination because it's in progress. So let me ask you a question. When you are making progress in your life, sometimes you got to take 10 steps back to take 15 steps forward. So at this point, it's incomplete. The grade I would give him is an incomplete. I think you can give him his first real grade at the midterms. And we haven't gotten there yet. November is a few months away. I think at this point, you just got to stick with wait and see. I don't know. There are a lot of things up in the air.
Hey, let me tell her why I voted for this nigga, man. Because I actually went out there and voted for the first time for this nigga. One, because
Oh, Beyonce.
need somebody that's standing up to the people that have been a problem and been hiding. Donald Trump knows who they are, and he's standing up for us. But, people with crystallized intelligence can't see shit because they're lost sheep. people with fluid intelligence.
And you truly, you believe
right?
that.
So I'm noticing what it is, right? People in this clubhouse, their favorite thing to say is, "You're not educated." Well, and I used to say, "No, I have common sense." No, I have uncommon sense, because we have fluid intelligence, right? You can't learn fluid intelligence. You do it because you're born with a special brain that can see special things, right? People that are educated, somebody told you that this is how you pronounce the word, you remembered it, good job. You guys have crystallized intelligence. You guys can't see beyond what is on a piece of paper. You guys can't see beyond shit. You guys can't solve puzzles. You guys can't get abstract. You guys can read, but you guys can't think. That's your problem. Now I notice what the difference is between people like me that actually see what's going on in this Trump shit, because I have fluid intelligence. So when I see certain things, I can notice it for what they are, and I can connect dots. These crystallized people, these educated people, they can't connect dots, and they cannot think for themselves.
What's your point, brother? I agree with that. I hope you understand what he's saying. Yeah, you understand what he's saying?
I don't think she does.
No, and I don't really care. Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't. Can you stop? Like, I'm talking anyways. I really don't understand why y'all vote for Donald Trump.
We just told you.
And it doesn't make. You were speaking in no. You were speaking in circles. I'm not.
Explain, what was it about what I said or he said?
I spoke in circles, bro. That's
You
what
did.
Because you don't understand, because you're
you don't understand. You missed what I said. That's what I was speaking on.
Because here's the problem, bro. And the problem is that you're introducing new concepts to her on top of answering her question.
Are you calling me dumb?
No, because the regular, no.
Okay, excuse me.
Hold on, let me finish my statement, please.
No, because y'all just cut me off 30,000 times.
I want to get clear with you. What is it about that I said that you don't understand why I voted for Trump?
Nothing.
Okay, what did I say that confused you?
I wasn't listening.
All right, so let me repeat it.
See the problem,
Because
No.
Excuse me.
I do not care. I don't care. I do not
Okay,
care.
if you don't care, why would you ask me why I voted for
I was not even. I was talking to the other boy. First of all,
you? Me.
I was not talking to you.
You said you're black. Why did you vote
Okay.
for it?
Yes. Okay.
So you asked me a question, but you don't care. So make up your
Yes, I
mind.
don't care about what you're saying anymore
So
because.
then why are you asking questions that
I
you don't
was
care about?
not talking to you. I was talking
So
to
who
the
are
other
you talking to?
the other person.
What
You don't understand what he said?
Because
Why are you still talking to me?
Because I'm trying to get this clear.
Okay, I don't care.
I got
So then you can leave.
I don't care.
Let me respond to that. Yo,
Like, you keep talking to me.
Answer it. Like,
Let me answer.
That's not even makeup. Are you? Okay, you don't even know what you're talking about. You literally voted for Donald Trump. I'm not listening to someone that. Okay, I don't care. Shut up, sir.
Let me give her a situation.
So you can tell her what you heard on her.
Okay, you gotta meet the stage. Hold on. Let Kaz take her on here a little bit. Hold on. Kaz, go ahead and answer. Oh, real quick,
Right.
Mark, were you saying something real quick?
Yeah, if you can bring up Lisa, so you can hear what you heard on the so you can hear what you heard on the replays.
Yeah, I invited her up, so I wanted to get her a rundown when I
Alright.
play. But go ahead, Kaz. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, right? The whole point was, of course you think I'm speaking in circles. Some people understood what I said, but the big thing was you didn't understand what I said. Because your brain has a hard time seeing